A galactic civil war spreads across the sun. From the heights of Coruscant to fiery Mustafar, to fight the evil empire, for people join the fray. These are the heroes of the Hydian Way.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Edge Studios' Age of Rebellion system. This is Arc 4, Episode 4 of The Hard Road. And I'm Mandarta, and I'm the GM for this adventure. I'm using she/they pronouns.
Hi, I'm Henry. I use she/they pronouns, and I'll be playing Isacel On, the ship pilot and captain.
I'm Semi, pronouns are she/they. I'm playing Battlelorn Cursed, also she/they, and I'm a courier martial artist.
And I'm Erica Goodwitch, and I'm playing Norin Gremian. They are an engineer scientist.
Wonderful. And to get to know our characters better, we get one to ask the rest a question. Today's turn, it is Norin.
I don't want to. I'm still trying to figure out what the answer to this question is for Norin.
I mean, you can ask, the other two can answer, and that gives you a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, that's true.
It works well as a GM thing.
Who was your childhood hero?
You know what? I do have an answer for this one already. So, you remember, and I've spoken about the storyteller of my village before. They were actually the one that was my childhood hero. They were the one I looked up to. They were amazing. They always knew the right thing to say, knew how to make us feel better, or how to convince everyone to do things they need to do. They really helped unify everything, and, well, especially after everything I've learned recently, a lot of it makes sense now. I do miss them.
Have you ever thought about going back to visit?
I have. The planet was not doing great when I left, and especially after everything with the Empire, I'm scared of going back. Part of me is a little scared if they'll recognize me anymore. We were a pre-Starship society. My tribe was close to a landing port, so we had a better chance of understanding what was happening off our planets. We were some of the first to realize what was really going on. But there's still so many of them that I don't know if they would believe who I am, but it's more fear and anxiety that stops me from going than anything else. Especially after you just see her staring at her mechanical arm.
You know, you can get synth flesh for that.
Oh, sorry about that, Lauren. You were speaking in and I
And
went
pop a couple out of
blank.
band.
My
hit the road.
apologies.
It'll be fine. So, I don't know who my hero was. Can I... Is be my own hero a viable answer to this question?
I mean, I'll allow it, but it seems like kind of a cop-out, too.
I'm with Norn on this one, actually. You can answer
Is it, though?
Like-
Okay, so consider... I have legitimate justification for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see here... turns around and runs away.
Coward.
Yeah, just come back. Sorry, I had to leave for the bit. I do actually have legitimate justification for this.
Really?
See? Yep. So you may not have noticed, but I'm trans. So, picturing myself, as an adult, as a whole-ass adult woman, that was a hero to look up to.
I'll accept this answer.
See, I brought it back.
I'm going with my original answer. Sure, it feels like a cop-out.
If you want, I can lie and just name a random hotball player.
No, you're fine.
That's good, because I don't know any hotball players except for the ones on our ship.
Same. What are their names again?
She already pulled out Dad was like, oh wait, that was sarcasm.
Yeah, it's Griff Blebo.
Yeah.
Big fan. Big fan.
Played for the Blue Sabres, right?
Yeah, that's them. See, you know, they were always doing charity stuff. Really someone to look up to.
I'm going to take your original answer. Lauren, do you have a hero?
Oh, yes. I I'm not really sure how this will change your image of me, but my childhood hero who I really enjoyed reading about like stories about and things is the pirate queen Maz Kanata.
That's actually super cool.
I just think she's really cool.
That's actually quite amazing.
I mean, she's been around for hundreds of years and has amassed this like massive following and like has had all of these amazing adventures. And is she still out there? I don't actually know, but she's kind of a legend. And my little sister and I, we used to play at being members of her crew when we were kids.
That's so adorable, though.
That's just the cutest thing ever.
So our heroes are a legend, ourselves, and someone we grew up close to. Those are some pretty good answers. I'm just glad no one said, the Emperor or something like that. I probably would have asked you to leave the crew.
I mean, I was tempted just for the bit, but one bit's enough.
Yeah, one bit is enough.
The camera starts off looking out over the Codfather. Codfather is now in atmosphere, a wonderful light green sky. As the Codfather's coming in, starting to get close to the outskirts of the trade city on Bonadon. The spaceport and metropolitan area is spread out well, like almost horizon to horizon in front of the Codfather as you're coming in. Off in the distance, you can see the greenery of rural or outskirts of the city, but before you is just the large area of the trade node that is the terminus of the Hydean Way. From a distance, it looks like insects buzzing around, but as you get closer and closer, you can see that it's spaceships, and not just like small starfighter or even tramp freighters like the Falcon. No, we're talking like the size of the Codfather or bigger. There's even
like capital ships?
Almost entirely freighters, like the giant container ships that the Imperials run. Ships in that sort of size variety. There's not many warships, but like in sizes larger than the Codfather. Like it is absolutely a shipping node and a shipping port. Sort of a transshipping port where going from one ship to the other ship and that sort of stuff, and huge amounts of warehousing and droids around that. and just everything is flitting around. As the Codfather is getting closer and closer, on the screen of the Codfather, it goes from being a sort of waypoint that shows up on the map to an actual corridor of stay within this. Kind of goes from the sort of open world aspect to the fly through these rings, if we go with video game imagery. And as we're getting closer and closer, with the restrictions on ship movement becoming more and more intense, and there being just a lot more shipping, the density of large ships coming in, it almost starts seeming like a Coruscant airspeeder way of these massive ships, where even the Codfather is only average size for them. There's bigger ones, there's tinier ones, but there is a lot of ships. As we're starting off today, I am wanting to get a pilot space roll for navigating all of this. There was a triumph on the last roll of the last episode that can absolutely apply to this, though there were some cool ideas that were spun off of that one as well. But I'm just, the density of traffic around this just served to emphasize on how intense this is. I'd like to get a piloting check.
Alrighty, and what's our difficulty? Because I got 3 yellows and a boost for having my co-pilot here.
That's me.
That's you.
Because somebody needs to keep you in check.
She's actually kind of like being very like on point on this one, kind of like keeping it to like the right speed and everything. This is more her zone. She grew up with like shipping as like her primary job for actually before going to all the racing. This was kind of the direction she was going.
Because you say, as you were just pointing out, you're going the landing instructions that you've been given have dictated a speed of 1 for keeping in the landing plan. It will be a 1 red, 2 purple, 2 setback of a check. Setback due to the handling.
Cool. The setback will go away because I'm a natural pilot. Ayy. I can't think of any other reason to have another boost or anything like that. So I'm just going to roll it with 3 yellows, a blue, a red, 2 purple, and the press of the enter button. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, considering that.
I got something that'll make this a little bit so you don't. I do have something for this.
I will offer, because of the upgrade from last episode, that could be an upgrade on the roll for this one, which would add a green die, which does have the possibility of having 2 successes on it.
Let's see. If not, I got backup plans for this.
Well, I mean, it does make it just to advantage now. Okay,
you know what? I'm using it a bit. So, I do have an ability I have not had to use lately, because this is technically a pilot. You said it was a piloting space check, technically, right?
Correct.
Cool. So I have what's called
piloting space.
Natural pilot
type of ship versus.
Yeah. Cool. So once per session, I can roll any piloting space or gunnery check. I'm just gonna re-roll this and hope for the best.
Don't forget the green.
I will not forget the green this time.
May the force be with you, Captain.
I want to see what it gives before I say what I'm. What the?
I mean, it does.
What? A failure, an advantage, and a triumph?
Hey, the force showed up somehow.
I mean, it changed an advantage into a triumph. So, yeah.
Failed spectacularly.
Considering I'm not going to crash the Codfather on this, I'm figuring that it's going to be like going outside of the landing instructions. Especially considering, like, no despair was rolled, there was nothing super wrong. I'm just figuring, like, this is tighter landing than what Isazelle's been used to over the last, handling the Godfather, other than leaving ISR headquarters. I'm figuring it's going to be like bureaucrats or like port police showing up. It's not going to be something along the lines of hurting the Godfather or something like that. So how would you describe this coming in, especially because you do have another triumph on this roll? Well, you have a triumph on this roll that can be done for really fun things.
All right, so I have an idea for that failure, especially like if the port police is coming in. I have an idea. Hear me out. So as we're flying through the sky, Isacel's kind of getting distracted especially because where we're landing is probably where the other teams are going to be landing in that general area. And the distraction of like, oh, look at I'm trying to see what teams they are. Is like, I wonder who's already here. Can I use the triumph of? Well, I'll still take the port police getting mad at me, but we park in the wrong space.
Rats.
Just like 2 or 3 spaces over. It's not even meant for our size, and we're kind of squeezing in a bit.
Oh, how I like that. Yes.
She's like, and perfect landing. Why am I getting messages?
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. So you've come in for a landing, you've put down, as far as you can tell, is a picture-perfect landing, which, I mean, other than its location, it absolutely is. Because this is around a circle of landing pads, you can see the underside of it. It's one of those double clamshell transports. Underside has all these cargo containers on it. And it pauses over the Codfather. It blocks out the natural sun. It looks like it's trying to ascend for a brief moment and then lifts up again and moves. And on the side of it, you can see a stylized pergol that goes from the very tip of it, and the tendrils are around the little tail section and where all the engines are going. And it goes and lands in another section that then, as you look over, you can see the ISR label as it lands down. The GR75 transport, the double clamshell transport, is done up in the colors of Brental shipping, which is a fairly common shipping concern out here, and ones that you've run across just in your normal going to and fro. If I remember correctly, Vadalorn is on the comms.
I mean, I'm sitting at the comm station.
So, yeah, right now there are 2 main callers coming in. One is the port, and the other one is saying that it is from Brental Shipping.
So I'll open up the comm to Brental Shipping first. Sorry, we're experiencing a higher than usual call volume. Can you hold, please? Boop. And then open up the comm for the port.
Godfather, come in. What do you think you're doing? That's not your landing spot.
We're doing our best. We'll move. Don't worry. We're just set to a practice touchdown. We thought we were experiencing some engine trouble, so we had to take the first available spot. But everything looks all right here, so we'll be moving to our correct designated spot momentarily.
We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good here.
Golly gee,
What do you think you're doing? We're doing our best.
Should I roll a deception for that obvious lie?
Yes, absolutely. I was looking for difficulty. So, okay, yes, that'll be against the spaceport officials' discipline, which, actually, no, I'm spending a destiny point on this one. Right now, before I spend that, our destiny pool is 2 light side, 2 dark side. And now, it is 3 light side, 1 dark side.
Uh-oh.
So it's going to be a 1 red, 1 purple kind of a check.
RP. Bloop. I'll take it. That'll be a one success, one threat. I have an idea for the threat.
Oh, do tell.
They ding us for a 5 credit fine.
Going with like Star Wars, so like 50 for a ship in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if it was like a expired meter on a airspeeder, I would actually go with 10. But yes, we'll go with a 50 credit.
All right, you better move. Brentel Shipping's already on the horn to us. Clear that landing spot. Make it so the Purgles can get their spot. Now out of there, Codfather.
10-4. Then hang up with them, switch the comms over to Brental Shipping. My apologies for the delay. How may I direct your call?
This is not the way to get an advantage on us. You shall move your ship right now so that we can land in our designated spot. We need it for the coolant that was assigned directly for us.
My sincerest apologies. If you'll just take off, we'll do the hot swap of parking spots.
This is acceptable.
And then the line just goes dead.
Yeah, then I'll forward the parking ticket to Issacel's comm station.
You just see her at the station. Why do we have a parking? Oh, that makes sense. Looks to Vadalorn. Vadalorn, what's going on? Can you let your captain know what do we need to do? Why did I just get a parking ticket?
Parked in the wrong spot there, Captain.
Oh. Looks at her paperwork. Oh.
Brentals are lifting off so we can take our spot.
Let me just take care of that real quick. And she's gonna like pick the shit back up and try to like scoot over there. Do I just make the same roll?
No, I'm gonna go with there's no roll, that this was enough.
That was enough punishment.
There's rolling too much for things.
Got it. I'm just gonna do the. I'll just pay the fine out of pocket.
I mean, okay.
You could submit an expense report.
That'll be planned later.
Just so that y'all are on the same page for what ship it is. It's one of the GR-75 medium transports, the double clamshells from the escape from Echo Base, that is painted up like a Purgle.
I do love that.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool, actually. But yeah, it's more of so she doesn't have to tell ISR about this little embarrassment. If she pays out of pocket, then it's just like she doesn't have to put it on the. She doesn't have to put it on the record, you know. She kind of looks at everyone's like, "Okay, we're not going to talk about this."
Yeah, damn. Better hope my report keeps that out of it too.
She's stopping herself. She's like, always having to worry about everyone's reports.
The two ships swap parking spots. Pretty much as soon as the other ship lands, there is a special hose that does seem to be connecting up to the bottom of it and then pumping some weird thing in. Yeah, as soon as the Codfather lands in the proper spot, there's clamps that rise up and make sure that the large wayfarer is able to sit securely on the tarmac. Within moments, like pretty much just as the engine shut down, you can see an exterior fuel light and exterior power light come up, saying that they're available if it's so wanted. I'm figuring you're landing late afternoon, local. You can see the star that the planet's orbiting starting to get fairly low in the sky. Some of the night lighting is flickering on for its automatic. Some of it's set a little aggressively so that there will be light. Doesn't matter. There's also, I'm going to go with an actual bus, like a coach bus, like you would expect a hotball team to be shuttled around the city in. There's the 8 of them, each one having above it, like on a holo display above it, having a slowly rotating holo image, like large enough that it's the entire length of the coach that is spinning so that you know which bus the team is supposed to be getting on.
Yeah, I think ours is the one with the pergola there.
Oh, darling, do you really think that's the case? Not the spinning purple circle with ISR over it?
That was going to be my second guess.
Oh, of course. Of course. It's always the second guess. Well, the engines do seem to have settled in well. It's nice to see ISR's had competent mechanics this time. Good job on getting us here, Captain.
It's what I do. We're just not gonna. Everyone here, please, if we could just not talk about the wrong parking spot, this would all be great. We should probably get the Cracker Cats into their bus, though. I do have some ask. Choe, quite a few of you. I need you to go over the ship to make sure to check how things are running for me. A few of us will go with the team and make sure everyone gets in settled correctly. And then we'll send the bus back for the rest of the crew. But how about a few of us go and most of you stay here to make sure the ship is okay? Like I trust ISR, but we didn't personally have hands on putting everything on here. I need to make sure everything's perfectly up and running.
What, you mean like the new engine and...
Yes, it just sounds different. I know that's it. Of course, it's going to sound different, but
I mean, okay.
That is the excuse I gave to the Port Authority.
I mean, Norin, Battlelord, we could make sure the Hutball team gets to where they need to go, and then everyone else can join us later.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
All right there, Captain. We can give the engines another once over. You get those Hutballers off to where they're supposed to be going, and maybe we can join for a bit of refreshments afterwards.
That sounds great. So, I'll make sure to send the bus back to pick you up, and we can all meet up for refreshments once we have all our little jobs done.
Stay out of trouble.
They should probably be saying that to us as the captain goes up to go grab her stuff to get off the ship.
I don't do trouble. Just sometimes it finds me.
I wasn't speaking to you. Looks at
I
Battlelord.
know.
Don't worry, I do trouble enough for both.
There we go.
As you make your way through getting whatever you're wanting for disembarking, you find the Cracker Cats waiting just outside. The ramp from the transport pod is down, but the doors close almost as soon as you exit through the... I'm assuming you're going through the cargo pod, for the last few.
Mm-hmm.
You go through that, but unlike with the medical pod and the cargo pod that you've had before, this one is exceedingly fast for closing up. The tone of the lock engaging before you're actually to the bottom of the ramp. It's that. This one seems to be closing imperial fast, is about the best way that I can put it. Like they're on the Death Star or something. Yeah, you get down there, there's all 12 players. The surprisingly, exceedingly diverse. It's almost like there's one of each species for all 12 on the Hutball team. Going from a Gan all the way up to a Basilisk in height. Once the coach sees both the coach park and open its passenger door and sees the three of you come down as the ship/ISR representative. All right, team, it's time to go. We're gonna get a good night's sleep and try to keep the partying to a minimum. First game is tomorrow. We'll get a bit of time to exercise and shake some rust from transport off. And we're gonna see about who our first opponent is as we get into the tournament. Now, we're all gonna do ISR proud, and hopefully all of us return. Watch the traps. As this somewhat skinny Duros bounds up into the coach that, taking 2 steps at a time. And then the other 11 of them follow in kind of a, well, I mean, very much of a, we just got off of the plane vibe. Like, everyone's still kind of stretching. Everyone.
Wait, is death common in Hutball?
Very common in Hutball.
Huh.
Only if you suck.
Most of the time, your people are watching out for each other to make sure that we don't have multiple deaths per game, but depending on who you're playing and the skill of the people playing themselves and how vicious the hut in charge of the Hutball League over here is, you can go from maybe a death or two a game or every other game to multiple per game. So we're gonna have to do some research, see how these people, how the huts do it here, how the city enjoys their games.
Ah. Huh. Okay. It is a hut thing, okay. It tracks.
It's not just a name; it really is the huts who make sure these leagues keep going.
So as soon as the last of you are on the bus, the driver, Celestin, closes the door and starts down. As the bus starts off, you hear a groan from the back that's sort of crossed with a bleat as the Godel pushes one of their horns against the window for the seat that they're against, and looks like they're trying to close their eyes as the bus starts off down the expressway. The trip is a relatively short one, maybe about 20 minutes of driving. Most of it is on a elevated expressway. It does look like it's going over a lot of industrial places, a lot of warehouses, mostly warehouses, really. It's like it crosses through an invisible wall, and all of a sudden it looks more like a city as opposed to a massive warehouse district. You see apartment buildings, shopping centers, that sort of stuff. The sides of the buildings are lit up with hollows and that sort of stuff. As the bus is going along, taking the final off-ramp that they're needing to from the expressway, they are circling around this very large, what you can very quickly figure out is a hotel / sort of convention center area. And like this side of it has a small preview of the Hutball tournament showing on the side. It has old game footage from the different teams, and it's like, it shows up the logo of the Cracker Cats and then ISR. It then shows the Corn menacing someone. Then it flashes to the Brental shipping Purgles and does pretty much the same thing. It starts setting up like the bracket of how the 8 teams are going to be. This one versus that one. This team versus that. Trying to be extremely dramatic on, like, it's playing an advertisement on the side of a hotel. You can see just the scope of this place. The building that you're going to definitely has the size inside for the arena, not just the Hutball area, but also the seating or for actually viewing the Hutball game as well. Pretty much as soon as like down onto the more surface street level, the bus almost gets immediately enveloped by the building itself, where it's now in interior driveways. The bus then follows through, and in front of a very well appointed set of 4 doors, where it's each pair of doors is a bus length apart, so that 4 buses can park and disgorge their passengers while not having to run into each other or having to go through the same gate. In fact, there are non-permanent, I'm thinking like yellow plastic dividers. It's not ropes, it's a bit more intense than that, but we're not talking like Duracrete dividers like you'd need to stop vehicles. Something so that the 4 buses that are dropping off their teams, or the players are not going to feel very open for intermingling. The bus pulls up, the door opens, the coach leads everyone out. The hollows and everything for this entrance are set up entirely in ISR logos and ISR coloring. There's I'm going to go with a pair of human valets to direct people into the hotel, and it's fairly efficiently set up so that people are able to get in very quickly. As soon as the 15 of you are in through the door, the Hotball team has they've got duffels, they've got their equipment bags and equipment cases and that sort of stuff. The team coach of the Cracker Cats is standing there with the equipment manager, I guess. The Duros and Nikto are standing there. And a really well-appointed human walks over. Like, they're in layered pea green suit. The outer layer of it looks somewhat puffy. Like, you can see a somewhat normal suit underneath, but then either as a vest or a cape, the other one looks like it's almost like it's got a underlying plastic layer to it that's puffing it up. They come over and it's like, we here welcome the Intersector Rescue Cracker Cats. The Triple Arc tournament is excited to have such an auspicious team here, and we look forward to having the competition meet even new ratings and new heights of attendance and viewership. We have the 7th floor blocked off for the Cracker Cats. The cards that we are giving to you are for getting to the hotel facilities and to the 7th floor. You will not be able to get to any other floors with them, so it's not worth trying. Tap it on the lift and it will take you to where you need to go. With that, the 2 porters that helped everyone into the lobby are going through and handing out the cards to everyone. We here are asking that you are not intermingling with other teams on account of, in our experience, that ends badly both for the teams, for the outcome of the tournament, and for hotel staff. And of the 3, hotel staff is the most important to us. We look forward to your tournament. We hope that it goes extremely well. Do keep yourself safe in between games. Come with me this way, and here's the lift. And leads through to the hallway. There's an entire bank on both sides of the hallway of 4 lifts on either side. There taps on, gets everyone into the lift, or into a couple different lifts. Gets up to the 7th floor, and it starts off with like a hallway. It looks on either side there's a dozen rooms, and then open areas at the end of the hallways. The hotel official will lead the entire group very much as if they're like doing a museum tour. It's like, everyone here has their own room. We've been indicated that there are 20 guests that we are expecting from ISR, and we have enough rooms here with a few spare in case something happens. Here is the designated delivery point for any of the orders from the kitchen. Will be delivered here to this eating and recreation area. Are there any questions that you have about the hotel, or shall I let you get acquainted with your new surroundings?
Things seem pretty clear here. Looks at the coach and I'm like, I don't think Amor, Bragmazax, I don't think we need much more from them right now. Unless you have questions.
You've been in one hotel, you've been in them all.
Exactly.
That is definitely not true.
Varying quality.
This looks like the last 3 hotels that we stayed in. I think this might even be the same chain as the last one. We shall see.
I just need to double check on something, and then like Isuzo goes to find like the list of like who has each room. Because she's gonna find it and just alter it and put Norn and Isuzo in one room.
Uh-huh.
And she'll be like, oh, that's crazy. It's only one bed. Who would have thought that?
Uh-huh. Sure, Captain.
Just like the fan fiction I read. I should not have said that out loud. Pretend I didn't say that.
For both of our sakes, I will.
Delightful.
Norin's checking out the view.
The hotel itself, the complex, is on the edge of the city as Norn looks out through the large picture windows. Like, this has very high ceilings, maybe a standard floor and a half. So, I mean, kind of standard Coruscanti ceilings, but
Yeah, this reminds me of Coruscant.
trying to be that little bit of Coruscant out in the middle of nowhere. It being on the edge of the city, though, you see rolling hills as well. You can see like a block or two of developed space around the hotel of various buildings, and they definitely look like commercial style buildings. And then outside, you actually do see a view past where you see rolling hills, and then you still see like two trails, one going in, one going out, of freighters going in and out. That just looks like it's constant.
Huh. I wonder what the primary export of Bandamir is. Oh well. Definitely very Coruscant-y in here. Just sort of like stands awkwardly staring around the space. So are we expected to attend all of the Hutball games?
We should try our best to attend all the Hutball games. We are representative ISR here, so... Whoa. Oh, you mean the other teams? Unless you want to do some recon, no. Just trying to hide, like, the programming changes she made.
What are you hiding?
Nothing, don't worry about that. But yeah, we don't have to see all the other teams. We don't have to see all the other teams. We just need to make sure we're there for all of the Cracker Cats games. If we want to see some other games to see how they're playing, or if there's any players that we think we might want to pull for ourselves, we could go to another game, but we're not forced to see the other games.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can pull up that their schedule so I can make an itinerary or something. Starting to understand why this is a blue milk run.
For the itinerary as it stands, there is a opening gala that is to be had tomorrow night. The games start the day after, and there will be an afternoon and an evening game of each, and it will go through a double elimination style tournament. The bracket has not been set out yet, and won't be until the gala itself, on account of they don't want anyone to get a bright idea and start doing things outside of the tournament to ensure that they win.
We're invited to this gala, aren't we?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Do you think Keetra has anything gala appropriate?
You know what? Do you see giant smile on Isaso's face? I should message the rest of the crew to meet us at the shopping center and not at the hotel.
I mean, that sounds like an excellent idea. Vadalorn, do you have anything gala appropriate?
Yeah, we're in it right now.
No.
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 Wow. Insulting my cultural garb.
I've met other Lasat before. No.
Ah, Criff. It's worth a shot.
So we're dressing Vadalorn.
I don't have 2 ranks in Xenology for nothing.
At the end of the tournament, there will be a dinner and second gala, presenting the winner's team with their trophy.
Oh, 2 gala outfits. Isabel.
Her eyes are even brighter now. It's like we can have 2 outfits. Oh, we can make sure that one outfit leads into the other, and then stops and like thinks about it. That means the other teams are gonna be there. That means the Krakens are gonna be. That means you kind of like blank out. That she'll be there. Sorry, what were we talking about a second ago? So I need to stop distracting myself. Let's go shopping to distract ourselves. We can get new outfits, expense the makeup, expense it out. It will be great. Looks at Battlelord. You know, have you ever thought about braids?
Now that is cultural garb.
Glances at the window. Yeah, I could make it. I could make it. It'll be fine.
Battlelord, we have the captain's card. We can pay someone to braid it for you.
But like the mohawk takes maintenance. If I braid it, I lose months of work getting it to stay like this. If I do braids, it'll just flop.
I said what I said, and she starts like walking towards the door. She's gonna drop off her stuff and just take Norn's stuff and drop it into their room. Sticks her head out. Oh, by the way, Norn, we're sharing a room.
Whatever.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates at linktree/the Hydian Way, and you can find me on the socials at Deuterium Ice.
You can find me, Henry, everywhere as @SimDisorder with one Y and one I in that order.
Sammy, I'm at places on the internet at linktree/goddess Sammy with one fewer S's than you might think.
And if you really want to find me and all of my mercenary work, check out my link tree, Erica Goodwitch.
And we are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes and previous seasons.
You can find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music. Plus, you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
You can holocom us at heroes@thehydianway.com, and you can find merch at tpublic.com/user/thehydianway.
If you like what we do and want to support the show, you can with a CAF Crew subscription at ko-fi.com/thehydianway.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with 10 credits. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm more thinking, like...
Even 10 credits sounds low.
You're right. As soon as I said 10, that felt low. On the other hand, it's also one of those ones that doesn't feel like it should be silly high. And we're going with, like, Star Wars. So, like, 50. 50 for a ship in the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if it was like a expired meter on a airspeeder, I would actually go with 10.